I started making videos because I wanted to give my friends something to be encouraged. I started making YouTube videos to give my friends something to be encouraged by, something to laugh at, something to put a smile on their faces. But the events of last week have left I started making YouTube videos because I wanted to give my friends something to smile at, something to be encouraged by. But in light of what happened in the last week and a half or so, I feel the need to speak on something a little more serious. So, to all of my friends watching this who are of African American descent, I am sorry. I know that this last week and a half has shown a dark side of America, one that many of you have been experiencing for most of your lives. For me personally, America has been very good. This country has been very kind to me and my family. We were immigrants, we came here, and this was the land of opportunity, especially for me and my brothers. We reaped the benefits of the hard work that our parents put in. But I know for many others who are not originally from this country, the story has not gone quite the same way as mine has. I know for many who are viewed as outsiders in this country, the United States has not been so kind. So to those of you who are watching this video who have experienced racism, particularly my African American friends, I'm sorry. And I stand with you. Your friends stand with you. Your family stands with you. God in heaven stands with you, because you are not alone. That's why when I make videos, I like to include God as much as I can, because I want to remind people who are watching that they're not alone, that God is with them. So, as events continue to unfold and as you deal with the repercussions of what's happened and you have conversations with people, if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or angry or hurt, reach out to someone, reach out to me, reach out to your friends, reach out to God himself, because you're not alone. Say a prayer. God will be with you. God will help you. You do not have to face this on your own. To those of you who are watching this video, my friends who are upset by the looting and the riots, you are entitled to your opinion, and you are entitled to share. This is America, after all. You're allowed to speak your mind. But I would encourage you to remember how we got to this exact moment in history. Yes, it's wrong for businesses to be burned. Yes, it's wrong for anarchists and troublemakers to take advantage of this situation for their own benefit. But let's remember how we got to this point. It's wrong for a country to systematically abuse and oppress people of African descent, which is what's happened in our nation. And it's wrong for people who are given a police badge to dishonor it and to bring shame to the true upholders of the law by abusing their power over the average citizen and killing people on camera, on the street, for everyone to see. That is wrong as well. So as you share your concerns about the looting and the riots, which it is your right to do so, I would encourage you to be mindful of how we got to this point. And I would urge you to be careful of how you come across. Because if you truly do have the African American community's best interests at heart, you should be communicating in such a way that the emphasis is placed on what matters most in this time, which is ending racism in our country, particularly towards African Americans. But how do we do that? That's a question that I myself have wrestled with many times over the years, and even now as I was making this video. I had previously filmed this segment, and my wife had told me, Jerome, you give all these things that people can do to help end racism, but you're not gonna go do any of them, so why are you saying it? It comes off as very fake. And that stung, that put me back on my heels, but she was right. The truth is that pretty words are not enough. We need to do something. We need to actively try and make changes. We as average, regular people. Because while there are people in leadership who are abusing their position to sow the seeds of racial division.
Are you talking to me?
The truth is that people like me, through ignorance and inaction, have often done a lot to promote the spread of racism in our own circles. So I invite you to join me in making some changes and doing some things differently. Firstly, one thing you can do is reaching out to your friends of color. You can send them a text, send them a call, say, hey, how are you? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Do you need someone to talk to? That will mean a lot. That personal touch. It's more than just a social media post. It's more than a black square in your profile. It's a meaningful personal connection. Second thing you can do is go vote. That for me is something that I've never done, and I need to start putting my money where my mouth is. I can't just say that I don't like how so-and-so is doing things. If I feel like there is an elected official who is not doing the things that I feel should be done, I need to go vote for someone who will. If I feel like there's an elected official who's not taking the stance on racial issues that I think is appropriate, then I need to go vote for someone who will take an appropriate stance in my opinion. Because that's the whole point. My vote is my opinion. It's me putting my money where my mouth is. I would encourage you to do the same. Lastly, I'm going to take a look in the mirror and ask God to fix my character. I would encourage you to do likewise. Because I know that I have been guilty of judging people for their looks, for their manner of speaking, for their financial status, for their political leanings, and people judging other people, people jumping to conclusions about other people, has perpetuated racism in this country. And that needs to stop. So I am going to do those things to try and make things better in my own personal circle. And I would encourage you to do the same. Maybe your conscience will prompt you to do something different. Cool, because whatever you do, anything helps. Any little bit helps, because we need to make change. This has gone on long enough. And I encourage you to join me in doing what you can to end the problem of racism in our country. Let's pray. Dear God, I know that there are many things happening in this nation and around the world that require your attention. But I also know that you are capable of being with all of us simultaneously and helping all of us with our problems. So I feel no shame in asking you to be with us specifically. Be with the African American community. There's nothing that I could say that would properly express their problems. So I pray that you would reach down, comfort them, and help them. Lord, be with all of those who are being affected by what's happening. Protect everyone, keep them safe, keep them healthy. Help us to get through this time together. And please, help us to trust in you, because we know you're in control. Help us to make changes that are meaningful and that will make a difference. In Jesus' name, amen. Take care, guys.